And now for our favorite segment, what you've been playing. Kyle, you've been playing a little game called OlliOlli World.
Yeah.
I have no idea what this game is or what it's about, but you were really psyched for this game when it was revealed last year. And so now it's here. It's in front of us. You've been playing it. So tell me, someone who has never touched this series, I believe, ever, what OlliOlli World is all about.
OlliOlli World is the latest installment of the OlliOlli games. 1 and 2 I played on the Vita. It was one of my favorite Vita games to play on there. And OlliOlli World takes everything from those two and makes this the most welcoming and most easiest onboarding experience. Pun intended, I guess. That was unintentional. A way to get into these games. It is a level-based skating game where every level has different challenges in them.
Okay. So is this like a Tony Hawk type of situation where I'm plopped into a world? Is this like a 2D experience?
Sure. So the way in the past has been strictly 2D, going left to right, sometimes right to left. In this one, as you're going further into OlliOlli World, it does some plane shifting.
Okay.
So like you go up a ramp and then you would come to a track ahead. You'd move up the screen a little bit, or down the screen technically if you're looking at it. Or you can choose a path and go up and do the up path. There's many branching paths. Each path has their own little challenge tied to it. So you will have to replay levels over and over again to do every specific challenge. But it is so fun doing it. It's not a bummer that you have to keep replaying them to do all the challenges.
Okay. So this is still like a 2D plane. I'm thinking in my mind akin to like, like a Donkey Kong Country almost, where it's kind of like 2.5D.
Absolutely. Excellent comparison, yeah. Nice. And it's not like it's not like Tony Hawk, right? Where Tony Hawk is you hold X down, the cross button down.
There you go.
And then you let go to Ollie, and then you do tricks with square, grabs with circle, grinds with triangle. This one, it's all tied to the analog sticks. So you would hold.
So it's actually kind of like Skate.
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh wow! All right.
So you would press X to push to gain speed. And then you would hold down the left analog stick to prep a trick, an ollie. Depending on when you let go of the stick on the edge of a ramp, depends on how high you go, how far you go. And while you're in the air, you can do different movements with the left stick to do different flip tricks. And when you're going to land on a rail, you would hold down on the analog stick or left, up, whatever, to do different grind moves as well.
Oh, wow.
And the right analog stick would be for various grabs where you take your hand and grab the board. If you hold them, it tricks it out a little bit and does an advanced version of that. You have spins with the shoulder buttons where you can do 360s and whatnot. It's very technical. Yeah. And that in the first two games is, I think, the reason why people thought this was too hard to get into. Okay. Because it does take a while to get used to it. And the thing that OlliOlli World does fabulous with is and it's the hot buzz term of gaming the last year or so, each biome, there's like 5 biomes in here, they teach you a new skill, and there's like 15 to 20 levels in each biome that are testing you on those skills. And then when you make it to the next one, you already have a good grasp of that first skill as it teaches you a new one. So by the end of the last biome, you are doing every skill that you've learned, because you're going to need them to get through the level and do the challenges and whatnot.
That's super cool. That's super interesting. You're winning me over right now on this game. So
sweet.
Fun.
It's awesome. It needs to be played. It's so good.
So my question here, because I'm looking at this game and it's kind of giving me heavy Adventure Time vibes. In terms of art style.
I get that.
But there's also some type of like, I don't know what to put on it in terms of like the color palette they use, but it's something incredibly unique. Is there anything you'd like to describe when talking about the visuals of this game in terms of what these games?
I view it as like when you think of a candy shop or like
Yeah.
an ice cream parlor in cartoons, it's those kind of vibrant, bright colors.
Yeah, like pastels.
Yeah, very pastel-y.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and each biome has its own color palette to it. And that color and uniqueness and art style is makes its way to the customization too of your character.
Mm.
So like this is the most you didn't really get to do that at all in the first two, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
But in OlliOlli World, you are constantly rewarded with new shirts, new sneakers, socks, new boards, hats, hoodies, tattoos, hairstyles. Like you are constantly rewarded. So it's making you want to go back in and change up the way you look.
Yeah.
Because something it does really, really well, which I didn't realize it, or really cool that I didn't realize that it did. While you're loading in, your character is on the loading screen for other players.
Oh, wow.
And the only reason I knew that is because a PSN friend of mine popped up on my screen and their character was there doing a trick as the loading screen. I was like, oh, that's a cool way to show off your character to the other people.
Yeah.
And I was a blue dude with an orange beard. I had one of those helmet hats with the beer cans on the side with the straws coming down. Oh man, tattoos on my leg. Oh man, I was rocking it.
A lot of customizations. So, all right, we talked about a lot already here. We talked about the open world, or sorry, the world design. We talked about the gameplay mechanics of it, customization. I want to talk about the story real fast. Is there something here? Why are we doing all these kick flips and back flips?
So the story is not the strongest part of this game. You want to play this game just for shredding it up in the levels.
Okay.
That is the reason you want to play this. This was their first attempt at a story in it. And it's
serviceable.
It's not crazy. Yeah, the goal of this game is the current skate god is retiring and looking for a new skate god to take that place. And as you're going through the biomes, you're trying to gain favor of the skate god of that area as you reach your way to Nirvana. And so you're going through, and there's some characters that you meet, like I believe one of the characters is Dad. That's his name, and he's just wearing the elbow pads and the knee pads, and he's the stereotypical dad that's into skating kind of thing. Yeah. And then there's Susie, who's the one that is taking video for you because everyone's really into skating. And I don't know if you know anything about skateboarding culture, but that was a big thing back in the day where people would record doing tricks and then make tapes of it and whatnot. So that doesn't really play, like, you don't see the tapes at all, but she's just there with the camera as you're going through the things. There's another character that I forget his name, but he's just super into skating. And he's I think the editor-in-chief of the skate magazine for Radlandia. Okay. So the characters are cute. The side characters that you meet along the way, like there are some challenges where if you go on the up path, you'll run into, my favorite one is like this buff seagull who's like, hey man, I'll teach you the real tricks to like bulk up. And then when you meet him, it unlocks a side quest, like a side level where you are on like a muscle beach filled with buff seagulls, and you're doing like a mission for him. So nice. there is really cool variation in the world design that way, where they are adding more things for you to do, different side quests, different characters that give you them.
Awesome. All right, so let's talk about voice acting. Is there any here, or is it all just dialogue?
All dialogue. And if that's not your thing, it gives you the option. Every level loads up and you have like a little conversation with your friends there.
Okay.
But you can very easily hit circle and just like, I just want to skate, and then go right into it. There's no negative effect of you doing that.
Sweet.
You can just go in.
So it kind of respects the people that are like, I don't care about the story. I just want to.
Absolutely.
I just want to shred, bro.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the one last thing here, sound design. And when we talk about sound design, it's all over the place. So first, let's talk about the beeps and the boops. How's the sound design in this game?
It's pretty good. Yeah, it sounded like a skateboarding game.
Okay.
It sounded like when you were grinding, it sounded like it should.
Yeah.
Uh,
How about this?
yeah.
Because, I'm thinking skating has a lot of attitude towards it, right? Like
Uh-huh.
how classic those Tony Hawk, soundtracks are, man. Right? So here and now with OlliOlli World, what's its soundtrack like? Does it have that punkish vibe to it?
It can't be any more opposite. It
Really?
is in a good way.
Okay.
It's not like a bad way or anything. OlliOlli World is all about just vibing out. So it's
Mm.
like lo-fi hip hop, just kind of like
Oh, nice.
chilling out while you're skating through the levels. Nothing to get the adrenaline going, like Goldfinger or anything like Tony Hawk.
Mm.
But it fits perfectly of just chilling out and skating and just kind of laying back and relaxing.
That's nice. So this is
Yeah.
really they just want you to de-stress type of game.
Absolutely. And the really cool thing is once you've reached Nirvana, it could be unlocked beforehand. I wasn't sure or didn't check it out beforehand. But they do this thing where you can go into, I think it's called the Nirvana portal.
Mm-hmm.
And you can go and generate new levels based on difficulty, the length of the level, and the style or which biome it's in.
Nice.
And you'll appreciate this. It has a Bloodborne Chalice dungeon thing.
Oh, I would
where
love this.
every level that is generated comes with a code, and you can share that code with friends so then they can skate this generated level that you just went through.
Awesome.
So it's like endlessly playable, new things all the time, and it's I don't know if it's like super simple. I played a couple different generated ones.
Mhm.
But it seems serviceable. It seems like
Nice.
a great added thing when you're tired of all the other things to do, which I find very hard to believe because every level, if you want to do all the challenges, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of perfection of doing them.
Yeah.
Which is that OlliOlli difficulty kind of thing. But yeah, there's a lot here to do.
Sweet. So, Kyle, it seems like you overall had a really fantastic experience with this game. The one more thing I do want to ask real fast: boards. Can we customize the boards?
I don't think you can make make your own.
Like you could choose designs or whatnot.
Oh yeah, you could choose.
Okay.
That's part of the unlocking. If you beat certain challenges,
Good.
you get new
That's
board
important to me.
designs as well.
That's important to me.
It
I
is
want a
super
Kermit the
important.
Frog.
I don't know if that's in there.
I'll make
I
it
also
happen.
did not run into Danny Trejo. I think he's only come. I think that's after it launches everywhere because
Okay.
I didn't recognize him or run into him yet.
So, Kyle, final thoughts on this game. Where would you put it? Because we don't do the whole ranking thing here. But if we were gonna give this, a pass, a bronze trophy, silver trophy, gold trophy, or a platinum must-have, this is a masterpiece type of game, where are we putting it?
If you are into skating games, if you're a fan of OlliOlli, if you're a fan of EA Skate, or just Tony Hawk in general, and want a cool skateboarding game to get, it's a definite platinum.
Nice.
The difficulty that came in the first two, this one is difficult further on, but it does things where it helps the newcomers ease into it a little bit. So like something that I want to mention before we end it is the first two, if you didn't press X to land, I keep saying X because it's ingrained, cross to land.
There you go.
In the first two, if you didn't do that, you would wreck and really slow down. In this one, pressing cross to land only gives you bonus points depending on how the timing is. So you don't have to worry about that and worry about crashing if you don't press cross in time to land.
Nice. Okay.
So it does those things where it's way easier for a newcomer in it to get into it, but those that are fans of the series that played the first two, they're going to fall in love with it and learn to love the nuances and the new things like wall riding, which is brand new and super fun to do.
Yeah. So what if I'm not a skateboarding professionado?
Yeah. It's tough for me because it is doing the tricks is still pretty tough. It does take, you do have to rewire your brain a little bit. I still think it's worth a gold. I
Nice.
still think is a quality game.
That's awesome. That's awesome to hear. And again, thank the OlliOlli World team for sending us a code.
I believe it's Roll 7. Correct?
Roll 7. Thank you guys so much. And if you liked what you saw, please hit like, share, subscribe here at the Trophy Room. We are a PlayStation podcast that focuses on all things PlayStation each and every Thursday. So if you like this conversation, please hit down below. Check the latest podcast out. And with all that said, with that out of the way, everybody keep your wits about you. Keep hunting. Keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
Skate on, bro. Totally radical, dude.